So anyway, for all you out there, I don't know, welcome to my soapbox. I think this thing sounds good.
All right, so we are walking into the wood library at Private Stock. Some of the very best woods you are ever gonna see. Goodness, that is such a killer top. All right, everybody, I hope you are doing good. Well, we're taking another trip. Heading out this time to visit our good friends at PRS. Right now, if you know me, I love coffee. Right now, I'm gonna take you to my very favorite coffee shop in all of Chicago. As a matter of fact, this is my favorite coffee shop in all of the United States. Got my coffee right here. Seriously, if you're in Chicago, go to Metric. All right, you guys, you will not believe what the heck just happened. So I get over to the car rental place, and the guy tells me, oh, we don't fly, I'm flying with Southwest. He's like, oh, we don't go to Southwest. This is like the van that takes you to the airport. So all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, I'm at the wrong airport. So then I panic, go to my truck, look at my boarding pass, turns out I'm at the right airport. So then I get in another one of those vans, get to the airport, guess what I forgot? Phone in the van that's already left. So then I have to take a cab back to the place I was, get my phone, and now I'm at the airport. Planes, trains, and automobiles, man. Wow, but I made it. Good morning, everybody. Beautiful day in Maryland. Don't mind me while I check on one of my boats. How nice would that be? Yes, my hair is wet. I just got out of the shower. No, I didn't fall in the water. But today's gonna be a good day. We're gonna go over to PRS. We're going to build some guitars. Man, how nice would it be to have one of those boats, huh? Be pretty sweet. I'm very excited. The wood library at PRS is pretty exceptional. It's one of the best out there. Incredible wood. So, hey, it's gonna be a fun day. I hope you guys stick around because we're gonna do a bunch of cool stuff. So, we'll talk to you here in a second.
Okay. So this is a Charcoal Phoenix, and this was an extra one that was one of the prototypes of the run, and it somehow got laid to the side. I'd never seen it, and they brought it to me, and I plugged it in, and it had a slightly different character than the one I play. I play one of these, and I thought it was competitive with anything I'd ever played, regardless of brand. And for me, you know, I don't really care if we make it or somebody else makes it. I'm comparing stuff across the board. I've always said if somebody made a guitar that was better than ours, I'd play it. I mean, you know, it's just kind of the way I am because I'm such a student of guitars, right? So I want to show you what I heard when I plugged it in. So this amp does clean and dirty, and the bass pickup. So that bass pickup is tuned in between a Strat note and a Tele note. You can hear it's not as high pingy as a Strat, but it's not as, there's a little more 7K in a Telecaster, right? And I really like that. The other thing is the sustain that's without a compressor. I'm just plugged straight into the amp. So the treble pickup. Now if I take the bass pickup and I put this switch in, it takes the bass out. So straight chord. And if I put the EQ in.
Is it like a high pass, low pass filter?
though it's a shelf, it takes the bass and brings it down. It's just a shelf. It's the way they master a lot of records. They shelf things up and down because it's not a single frequency. It's a whole. Literally, it's called a shelf because you're raising the shelf, right? You know.
Was that kind of the idea, like thinking about how recordings are done?
It was done thinking of mastering EQs, yeah. But we figured a passive way to do it. It works stunningly well, unless you plug it into a fuzz face or one of those really, really old pedals. Yeah. But,
what frequency does it shelf at?
about 1K.
Okay.
So it's bringing the bass down from 1K to lower, and then it's moving the high-end resonant notes slightly down in pitch. And you can hear that, so. So that you can hear the high mid-range note move slightly as well. All right, so then on the treble pickup, it's the same thing. What's interesting, this guitar was played all day yesterday, and the high strings don't go dead, but low strings do go dead when you play them, and there were so many people their hands on this guitar at your store yesterday. But you should talk to them about what they experienced as well, you know.
Definitely.
So when you distort the guitar, it exaggerates kind of what happens. But what the bass pickup. What's interesting, distorted, the sustain's not any different than clean, that's unusual.
Can I also just comment on how quiet this rig is?
What, this?
The whole thing's quiet.
Good.
This is quiet.
Then we did a good job making the amp,
It's
right?
just quiet. There's no, it's...
Look, a lot of these pedals, like TC 808s and Klons, they're taking bass away and adding mid-range. Klon is more low mids, the 808's a little bit more high mids, and they're taking treble away because you need to modify the tone, otherwise the solos sound too bassy and a little ice picky. What's interesting is I'm not doing that. There's no pedal here. This thing's doing it naturally. It's sounding vocal naturally, which is what I like about the guitar. But if I go up high, and the treble pickup. Now I've never turned these switches on, it distorted, but let's try it. So look, since it's EQ, there's no home now. It just has a way of cleaning it up. I think the switches work well. Look, the guitar in my world sounds competitive with anything I've ever plugged in. I just think this thing sounds gorgeous, and I think it's a new sound for us, these TCI pickups. So anyway, for all you out there, I don't know, welcome to my soapbox. I think this thing sounds good.
All right, so we are walking into the wood library at Private Stock. Some of the very best woods you are ever going to see. So right now, what I've got going is a one-piece maple top, but I'm thinking I want to do in tiger eye. I'm going to do curly maple neck,
Piece like this, most of that's probably going to be cut off.
Brazilian board. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out some other elements, but this is what I've got going on right now. Beautiful. Look at that one-piece top. All right, so right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to find a really nice piece of Brazilian rosewood. And there is so much good Brazilian rosewood to choose from, but I really like Brazilian that has, you know, a lot of that movement, but especially some of the red highlights that you're used to seeing with Brazilian. So I'll know it when I see it, but that's kind of the process right now. See, this is close. This is pretty close to what I'm looking for right there. Check that out. See how you can see that grain and a lot of movement in there? I like that. Right, so right now I'm looking from doing another build and I'm looking for a beautiful back. And for this I want to do Carina. Look at that. Pretty piece of wood. Going with my gut.
So now.
Always said that these guys have the absolute best wood out there. So here's some pale moon ebony. Look how beautiful that is. Stunning. So the deal here is sky's really the limit. I mean, it's whatever you can dream of is they can pretty much build it, and you have no shortage of outstanding wood to choose from. I mean, here's some beautiful cocobolo. As you can see here, I mean, literally, you just pull one piece out, it's just like, phew, come on. Stunning. So I've got 3 builds that I'm really happy with. The other guys are working on theirs. Okay, so this is the Santana, huge, huge maple top, super flamey maple neck. Man, that's incredible. Beautiful piece of mahogany here. It'll have some nice movement. And then Brazilian to top it all off. All right, we have spec'd out about 12 private stocks. Some incredible combinations of wood. This one we're finishing up, this redwood. Goodness, that is such a killer top. We spent, boy, we've been here for about 8 hours picking woods. There are a lot of moving parts with PRS. Here, you've got inlays to consider. You've got different kind of patterns like birds of a feather, bats in flight, that sort of thing. You can do, I mean, really the sky's the limit here. So the amazing thing, there's so many amazing things, but one of them is just this wood. I mean, of all of the wood libraries that we go to, PRS has always had the very best. I mean, it's just undeniable. Everywhere you turn, it's just like, oh my gosh. It's kind of the situation where you don't want to say no to anything because everything looks so darn good. So really excited to get these spec'd out. Really excited to see what PRS comes up with in the final product. And excited to hopefully get some of these in your hands.